So here I am, the second day of not doing daily vlogs, but I hope you guys are liking these sit down type videos. Today I'm going to be talking about the 90s because I'm a 90s baby. Granted, I was born in 1995, I am 18 years old as of filming this video, but I'm still a 90s kid. I grew up in the 90s and like, maybe I was only 5 when I hit the new millennium or whatever, but I consider myself a 90s kid, so we're gonna talk about the 90s today. The first question of the 90s tag is, what was your favorite TV show? And mine would definitely have to be Arthur. I remember watching it all the time when I was younger. Keep in mind, guys, I was a 95 baby, which means I was only an infant and toddler and up until a 5-year-old in the 90s. So I consider myself a 90s kid, but I was more like a 90s little kid. I also watched a lot of like Double Dare and Legends of the Hidden Temple, and those reran in the 2000s, so I could not get enough. Those were great shows. Next is your favorite toy. I was a Barbie girl. I bet you can totally tell by like just me and the pink and everything. Like, I was a Barbie girl. I used to make homes for them in my basement with like shoe boxes and tables and have like multi-level different like houses. Granted, I did have like 2 Barbie actual houses, but I bought separate furniture and like created these giant elaborate homes all throughout my basement. In my mind, they were like mansions, but if you were to look at a picture, it would just be like a bunch of shoe boxes on some tables and like dolls sitting around. I remember once my nanny, who I had until I was 6, so I had her during the 90s, we made a shoe box and like put lace in it and made it all pretty and painted it for 2 Barbies that were having a wedding. So I was really into Barbies. What's your favorite commercial? And I don't remember any specific commercials from the 90s. For me, probably my favorite commercials were like toy commercials, because I remember sitting there and watching TV, and I'm sure kids like obviously still do this today, but like a toy commercial would come on and I'd be like, I want that, I want that, I want that, like I want that and I want this and I want that and I want this. So I was the kid and I loved all the toys. NSYNC or Backstreet Boys. When I was little, I would have said Backstreet Boys because I was a big Backstreet Boys fan when I was younger, but now I'm gonna have to say NSYNC. Favorite collectibles? I had over 100 Barbies, and I know that's like a lot, but like whatever. And I had them all laid out in their huge home across my basement, and we had a flood in my basement after a huge storm, and I lost over half of my Barbies. So that was really devastating. That was a huge loss of a collection that I loved so much. And yeah. Favorite Beanie Baby? I love the one that's on its knees and praying. I also really loved the gray cat and the horse. How many Tamagotchis did you go through? I unfortunately was not part of the Tamagotchi phase. My friends had them. I just was not interested. I was like, give me my dolls. I don't want none of this. Favorite game and console? I vividly remember playing Nintendo 64 and playing like Donkey Kong on it with one of my friends at her house. Oh, I also played Mario Kart on GameCube. Like, that was the best. There's nothing like playing Mario Kart on a GameCube. Favorite Disney Channel original movie? So I just looked them up real quick, and there's only like 3 years of 90s Disney Channel original movies, but I absolutely loved Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century. I loved the Xenon movies, and I also loved Halloween Town as well. Gotta Kick It Up was phenomenal too. I was like, si se puede, yeah! Favorite music artist? Definitely either Britney Spears, Avril Lavigne, or Hilary Duff. I vividly remember having a Hilary Duff CD. I actually had an Aaron Carter one too, and I had such a big crush on him. So yeah, I can't really pick. Favorite Nick Jr. show? It would have to be Rugrats. I loved Rugrats. It was so good. I watched their teenager show too. All gonna I really want to shout it out. Favorite candy? I loved, oh god, what is it called, guys? I found it. It's Fun Dip. I loved Fun Dip. It was phenomenal. I also loved the gum that was like in the tape. If you guys remember what I'm talking about, it was gum that was rolled up in tape. And I would eat all of it in like a day because it was so good. Favorite game, board game, school game, etc. My favorite school game was definitely Wall Ball. We played this when I was in 5th grade. We had this huge wall outside with a black top, and you would throw the ball against the wall, and then you would run and try to touch the wall or something, but then you could try to hit someone and get them out. I don't know, wall ball was awesome. I also loved Foursquare. For board games, I was a big fan of Sorry, The Game of Life, and what else? I played a lot of card games too when I was younger. I play War with my brothers still to this day. Favorite McDonald's Happy Meal toy? They had many Beanie Babies ones, and those were the best. Favorite book? I was a huge nerd and I loved reading when I was younger. I loved the Junie B. Jones series, the Magic Treehouse series, and I also loved Harry Potter when I was younger as well. Favorite clothing store was what's formerly known as Limited 2, but is now known as Justice. What would you watch when you came home from school? I feel like this is kind of a combination of the previous questions. I feel like maybe some Arthur, or maybe some Teletubbies. I don't know, I was really little in the 90s. Those are all the questions for the 90s tag. Hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment down below. If you weren't born in the 90s, you can answer some of these questions with your 2000 answers, or if you're older than I am, your 80s answers, because God knows the 80s were ballin'. I'll see you guys in my next video tomorrow. Bye guys!